The time has come. Execute Order 66.
Yes, my lord.
Welcome everyone, this is Master's Joke, also Master's Joke 75 on Instagram. So I've come to my very final Star Wars Retro Collection figure from the Attack of the Clones and the Revenge of the Sith box set. Now normally I get a bit, honestly I get a bit sad because that's the last Retro Collection figure that I've got to open. That's why it was so nice that I was able to open the Armourer a couple of weeks ago, because that was one figure that I'd never opened. But as we heard literally just a few days ago, we're now getting that Retro Collection. Well, I'm assuming it's a box set. I am assuming it's a box set. Nothing else has been said about it. From A New Hope, which honestly I'm still blown away days later. I can't wait for it. I've not heard any more news. Coming soon. That's what it said on Instagram. Coming soon. And I know that Hasbro Pulse, they made the decision not to kind of do the pipeline reveals and then take another year before you actually receive the figure. Because, you know, they do the pipeline, then you can pre-order, like, what, 9 months later, and then it still takes 6 months or 9 months before you get it. I'm still waiting for the Acolyte, but we're going to be getting A New Hope. I think it's the Rebel Fleet Trooper. I think that's the one that kind of I just can't believe we're getting. That Tentative 4 playset, and I've got 2 sets. It's going to be great, but we need to be able to buy more than one. We need to army build. I want at least 4. Well, if it's anything like my Death Trooper, I love Death Troopers. I don't know if you're aware. I actually saw a Death Trooper in Lakeside yesterday, but that's another story. My Toy Hunt Christmas shopping video from Lakeside Thurrock coming soon. But I've got loads of Retro Collection Death Troopers because I think they're great, and Lame had a massive sale on. But I need more. It's similar to this Clone Trooper that I'm opening today. I need more Clone Troopers. One's not enough. So as you know, the Retro Collection is my action figure of choice. Hasbro need to do a few little specials. They need to do some Hasbro Pulse exclusive box sets of just Clone Troopers, Stormtroopers, Rebel Fleet Troopers, just so you can army build, because that's what I want to do. So hopefully, and you know, to be fair to Hasbro, they're listening to the fans now. I can't believe we're getting that A New Hope box set, the 3rd box set, but figures that were never produced back in the day. Honestly, I'm just so happy about it. It has made my Christmas. So opening my last figure, the Phase 1 Clone Trooper, I'm on a buzz because I've got the Acolyte coming, and for next year, 2025, we have A New Hope, the 3rd box set of figures that we never had as kids. So it's going to be great. So going back to the Clone Trooper. So as I've said, this box set really impressive, and for me, from original sculpts. So you know, I've mentioned it before. Return of the Jedi is my favourite film. It was the first Star Wars movie I saw in the cinema, and they're the figures that I used to play with, and the adventures that I would have. So I love the Return of the Jedi figures, but for me, the best Hasbro Pulse release for me would be, I would say it's this Star Wars A New Hope with vac metalized R2D2 and C3PO. I've got loads of them, the originals, but purely for nostalgia, retro, overload, you know, from that point of view, that's why I love the set. But from a new sculpt, from a different series of figures. I mean, I know you've got Ahsoka, Mandalorian, and also Episode 1. This Revenge of the Sith, Attack of the Clones, it's my favourite. Just blown away. The figures are just, I mean, look, I've got the figures in the background there. The General Grievous is just amazing. Mace Windu, I love him, but Jango, Jango's my favourite, but General Grievous is the best figure out of a lot of them. Well, I say that, I haven't opened up the Clone Trooper yet. But I'm going to do it now. I mean, if we look at the image, it's a nice image. It's a computer generated image of the Clone Trooper. It's nice. It's still got the Retro Collection sticker, which I like, but I am gonna attempt to remove a Retro Collection sticker. I know loads of people have done it. You can watch YouTube videos about it, but I've never had a go. And I've just never got around to it. So I am gonna have a go, because I always save the punch. I save the punch, and I save it for the Retro Collection figures that come from, you know, the stores that don't have a punch at all. And I've got my Darth Vader from the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. I want to have a go, so I'm going to do that in another video. I love the purple. I love the purple of the Clone Trooper matching the pill. I think that's great. And imagine if that, similar to the Vintage Collection, the latest figure waves, imagine if that was on the back instead of this nonsense. Imagine, it would just be great. So this particular figure, it's got a massive crease on the bottom there, which is one of the reasons why I decided to open it, and it's completely warped as well. But yeah, this is the reason I chose this one rather than the other one. I'm so glad I got two sets of this. Also, so glad, because I've been looking at the prices of Star Wars Retro Collection figures. So glad that I bought 2 sets of the Return of the Jedi. You know, the Yak Face one. Even though my famous Yak Face that I opened, you know, I was looking at the card backs. So when I bought my 2 sets, I was looking at the state of the card backs, not the figure inside. So my famous Yak Face, because I've got the original as well, which I got in Tesco's Christmas 1985, 69p. But the one that I got from Hasbro Pulse has got no ears. And I could have sent it back, but I decided to hold on to it because, you know, he's a friend of the channel. So it's just madness that my Yak Face has no ears. And it's worth like, I think it's going up to like 250, 300 pounds just for that box set from Hasbro Pulse. So I'm glad I picked up 2 sets. Well, I always pick up 2 sets, 1 set to open and 1 set to display. But yeah, so I'm gonna open up my Clone Trooper, and you know, I do prefer the the Phase 2 Clone Trooper, if I'm honest. And I want to pick up the Black Series helmet at some point. You can't buy it anywhere at the moment. I also want to get, I was talking to Ed about this, Ed in New York. Sabine Wren's helmet's gone down in price. It was $59.99 in Very in the Black Friday sale. I didn't pick it up because I need to spend money on Christmas presents, which is what I was doing in Lakeside yesterday. But yeah, this is good. This is all about, you know, the well, it's all about the end of Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith, when we actually got to see the Clone Troopers properly, and they blew me away because they're so much like the Stormtroopers. They're so much like Stormtroopers. So I'm going to get this open, but there's only one way to open these Star Wars Retro Collection action figures, and it's just like it was Christmas 1985. So let's do this. So I'll move my mug out of the way.
Well, tonight, thank God it's them instead of you.
And there he is. Proper old school Stormtrooper Star Wars 1980s. I love it. I don't know. I mean, I was I don't know why. I sort of feel that these Star Wars figures, you know, because the original Stormtrooper, his head was part of his torso in relation to the sculpt. And I was sort of, I don't know why, I was sort of hoping, maybe the little me, you know, from the 80s was hoping that the Clone Trooper would be similar. But then that's nonsense, because I feel that this Clone Trooper is, the original Stormtrooper was 70s, late 70s, and in the Star Wars figures they kind of moved on. They were, you know, they were better accessories, better sculpts, better weapons. And I kind of feel that this clone trooper is probably from like 1985. Yeah, 1985 I'd say. Because you've got to remember, like the scout trooper, for example, he could, he had more articulation because he could move his head and things. So I'd like to say that I'd like to say this clone trooper is from like 1985, around the time of the last 17 being released, in relation to the sculpt. But it does look so much like a stormtrooper, like, you know, it's great. It's proper nostalgia overload. So I'm gonna get him out of the tray. We'll have a proper look at him. We'll have a look at his weapon, which looks amazing. Similar to the battle droid guns, look brilliant as well in the retro collection. And then we'll have a proper look, and I'll even compare him to the Phase 1 Vintage Collection Clone Trooper from my Hasbro Pulse exclusive 4-pack. I don't think exclusive means anything anymore. But yeah, let's get him out and have a proper look. And here he is, absolutely amazing. I'm blown away. I keep saying that, but I'm literally blown away by the retro collection at the moment. So he's got a bit of weight to him. It's quite a weighty retro collection figure, and unlike the original line Stormtrooper, he can twist his head, which is great. Which I really like that. Let's have a proper look at the actual sculpt. Yeah, it's so detailed. And you know what? One of the things I don't like about the Clone Troopers, the Vintage Collection Clone Troopers, is the earlier sculpt, is the skinny legs. The skinny legs just doesn't do it for me. They look too cartoony, you know, from like the Clone Wars cartoon. They don't look proper Star Wars kind of leg definition. Whereas this has got better legs than the Vintage Collection. The actual legs and knees so much like the original Stormtrooper, and then look at his side profile, and the back is it's just so much like a Stormtrooper. I love it. Look at the detail on the back of the helmet as well. It's a really good good action figure. Honestly, I'm really impressed. I'm really impressed by this. Absolutely love it. I wonder if it will suffer from yellowing like the originals. Talking of that, I'm surprised that because like Hasbro Pulse, they do like a gimmick, don't they? Like these Christmas Black Series figures, which are a complete joke, but I like them. I really do like them, and I did pick up one yesterday, which I will show in a later video. But yeah, I'm really pleased with this. I think it looks fantastic. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to have a look at his gun and see what that looks like. I'm actually going to compare it to the Battle Droid gun, but so far I think this is a brilliant figure, and this box set has not disappointed one bit. Right, so here's the Clone Trooper gun. I'm trying to get it into focus. Yeah, I think that's in focus, and it's proper old school. It's got, in some ways, it's got more detail than like the 1970s original line Stormtrooper. But as I said, by the last 17, the weapons and accessories there was just more detail in them. So I think this works well, and also it's a nice thick old school plastic gun. I really like that. Let's have a look at the other side. So it's got some nice detail, but basic detail, not too much, not too over the top, and very much reminds me, because they're from the same era, of the battle droid gun from the retro collection. So yeah, really, I am really happy with what they've done. They're really taking this this line seriously now, and I definitely think that whoever's working on the retro collection now, they love it. They absolutely love it. There's passion for it, because we're just getting great stuff. And I've already mentioned the pipeline, A New Hope release for 2025, which I just can't wait for, and I mean that, I just can't wait for it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put the weapon in the clone trooper's hand, set him up, we'll have a proper look, and then that's the end of the Attack of the Clones and the Revenge of the Sith box set. But hopefully they'll do a second box of these movies, because it needs it. There's so many great characters from these movies that we need releasing, definitely. So right, I'm just going to set him up, and here he is next to his brother from the vintage collection. And as I mentioned, look at his legs compared to skinny legs from the vintage collection Hasbro Pulse exclusive 4-pack of Phase 1 Clone Troopers. It looks great. I mean, his head, in my opinion, is a little bit small for his body, but but I like that. Whoever's done that has done that deliberately, because that's the charm of the original line, which they're kind of carrying over to the retro collection with this new sculpted figure. I think I think he looks absolutely amazing. Honestly, I mean that. The best box set of new sculpted figures that Hasbro have done. It's just brilliant. I mean, look at it. It is just an amazing figure. And one of the other things is, which is what I love about it, the weapon is such hard plastic. I mean, look at that. Such hard plastic. Let's get it into. And also, if you notice, compared to the retro collection Stormtrooper release, which was the first release, he can hold his gun perfectly. And that's one of the plus points of this whole wave, is that every single figure, it's not just a fluke, it's not just luck of the draw. Every single figure can hold their weapon perfect. They've got nice tight hands. I mean, again, if you look at the Clone Troopers left hand there, and it's the same with the right hand, they're nice and tight. So you're not going to be, because I mean, let's be honest. I mean, I play with them. I set them up. I love them. I like taking photos with them. But a lot of people just have these on display, and they don't drop the weapons at all. But look at all the detail on there. Getting back into focus. Look at all the detail. It's great. Proper Star Wars 80s old school. Love it. And then we'll just do a little close-up comparison with his brother. It's just a wonderful figure. Highly recommended. As far as I'm aware, it's still available from Hasbro Pulse. I know in-demand toys are currently sold out. But yeah, great figures. A lovely set. I mean, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 for the Clone Trooper. And 10 out of 10 for the whole set. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. But that is the end of the video. That is the end of the retro collection, Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed the series. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. It lets me know you care. It also helps the channel. Just setting them all up. I wanna pick up my Phase 1 Clone Trooper as well. Honestly, these are just great, absolutely great. But that is the old set. So yeah, that's the end of the video, and I'll see you in the next one.